Nero of Rome. Nero, Rome's infamous emperor, was known not only for cruelty, but also for disguising himself at night. Historical accounts describe him slipping away from his palace, dressing like an ordinary citizen, and wandering Rome's streets. These nocturnal adventures were rarely harmless. Nero sought amusement in taverns, theaters, and dark alleys, sometimes engaging in fights or playing pranks on unsuspecting Romans. His disguises gave him the freedom to see the city outside the walls of power, but they also deepened his reputation for recklessness. Ordinary people never knew if the stranger they argued with in the night might be the emperor himself. For Nero, disguise was both a mask of curiosity and a weapon of intimidation, leaving stories of a ruler who blurred the line between ruler and rogue. Harun al-Rashid. Harun al-Rashid, the Abbasid caliph, was remembered for walking Baghdad streets in disguise. By day, he ruled the empire from his grand palace, but by night, he often left his throne behind. With his loyal vizier Jafar and a few guards, he wore simple clothes and moved among the people. These secret excursions allowed him to hear complaints directly, test the honesty of merchants, and witness the city's true character. The chronicles of Baghdad recall him visiting markets, talking with shopkeepers, and observing justice outside the glare of court life. His hidden presence made him a figure of both fear and respect. Merchants never knew when the man buying bread beside them might be the caliph himself. Through disguise, Harun al-Rashid kept a finger on the pulse of his empire, blending power with mystery.
Saladin. Saladin, the great Muslim commander and sultan, was said to sometimes disguise himself to walk among his people. Stories from his era describe him visiting markets dressed as an ordinary man. He wanted to see how merchants treated common buyers and whether they kept prices fair. These secret walks were not only about justice, but also about humility. Saladin, who faced kings and crusaders on the battlefield, believed a ruler must also guard against corruption at home. By blending into the crowd, he could test honesty without fear or flattery. His presence in disguise reminded his subjects that fairness mattered as much as victory. Though his armor shone on battlefields, in the narrow streets of Cairo or Damascus, he wore the clothes of the people, watching, listening, and protecting them in silence. Akbar of the Mughal dynasty. Akbar, the legendary Mughal emperor of India, often left his court in disguise to mingle with ordinary people. Despite commanding one of the largest empires of the 16th century, he believed that true wisdom came from listening directly to his subjects. Dressed as a commoner, he visited villages, markets, and gatherings, speaking freely with farmers, artisans, and traders. These secret journeys revealed to him the struggles of everyday life, stories that courtiers would never dare to report honestly. Akbar valued these encounters, using them to shape policies of tolerance, justice, and reform. His hidden walks blurred the distance between emperor and villager, reminding his people that their voices reached the throne. Behind the jeweled crown was a man curious about the world, willing to step down from glory to hear truth in the simplest words.
James V of Scotland. James V of Scotland earned the nickname Goodman of Ballingyke because of his habit of disguising himself as a commoner. From the castle above Edinburgh, he often descended into the city dressed in plain clothes, blending with merchants and townsfolk. His purpose was not entertainment alone. He wanted to hear grievances without the distortion of courtly flattery. As the goodman, or good man, he listened to complaints, witnessed disputes, and sometimes even delivered justice on the spot. Many tales describe him wandering taverns and streets, testing the loyalty and honesty of his subjects. Though he lived the life of a king, James V also cherished the chance to walk unseen among his people. In these secret journeys, he became both ruler and witness, hearing truths that only anonymity could reveal. His hidden presence lingered in legend, binding king and commoner closer together. Louis XV of France. Louis XV of France was known to sometimes leave the splendor of Versailles disguised as a commoner. Though his court life was surrounded by ceremony and luxury, accounts tell of him slipping into Paris dressed in plain clothing, walking unrecognized among his subjects. These excursions were part curiosity, part escape from the suffocating etiquette of royal life. Some chronicles suggest he wished to observe how people lived beyond the palace gates, while others describe more personal motives, searching for freedom and anonymity. In the crowded streets of Paris, he could blend into the crowd, free from bowing courtiers and endless ritual. Yet his adventures also fueled gossip, with stories mixing truth and legend. For a king wrapped in silk and protocol, the thrill of walking unnoticed through his capital was both dangerous and liberating.
Peter the Great of Russia. Peter the Great of Russia disguised himself as a humble worker to learn the secrets of Europe's progress. In 1697, he traveled west under the name Peter Michailov, determined to understand shipbuilding and modern technology. He labored in Dutch shipyards, wielding tools alongside ordinary craftsmen, despite being instantly recognizable for his towering height. His mission was not play, but purpose. He wanted to modernize Russia's navy and industry. By working with his own hands, Peter saw details no envoy could ever explain. The knowledge he gathered reshaped Russia's military and helped him found the city of St. Petersburg as a window to the West. A Tsar disguised in workman's clothes, he bridged the gap between empire and innovation, showing that even monarchs must sometimes hide their crowns to secure their nation's future. Joseph II of Austria. Joseph II, the Holy Roman Emperor, often walked Vienna streets in plain clothes, without guards or ceremony. Unlike many monarchs who ruled from behind palace walls, Joseph wanted to see his empire directly through the eyes of his people. He wandered markets, spoke to peasants, and listened to complaints that never reached official reports. These secret outings shaped his vision as an enlightened ruler, guiding reforms in law, religion, and education. His presence in disguise symbolized a monarch who sought truth rather than flattery, blending among citizens to understand their burdens firsthand. To the people of Vienna, he was sometimes just another figure in the crowd, yet always listening closely. Through these quiet walks, Joseph II tried to rule not only from the throne, but from the street itself.